This Wednesday, November 6th, NBA Betting Picks edition of the NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with promo code NBA SGPN to get a 50% deposit bonus of up to $1,000. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Start crushing college football and the NFL with Rhythm. Get your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. The NBA Gambling Podcast, part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Back for the NBA action here starting on Wednesday night. Full games on the schedule. A lot of games on the schedule here tonight, coming off of a off night on Tuesday with Election Day. But back here for the NBA action, and of course, we'll go through every single game, give you our picks, put together our Underdog Fantasy entry, and of course, our lock and dog for the Wednesday card. But joining me here to help me break everything down happening on the hardwood, I got the guy here with me. He is a superstar of the show, the villain himself, Terrell Furman Jr. Terrell, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
I'm all right. Coming off a nice underdog cash. My dog cashed on the last episode. Matter of fact, I swept. The episode Munaf. And now that I sit here and I really think about what happened, because we got the over in the Bulls and Nets game, I believe it was 228 and a half. The Pacers came through beating the Dallas Mavericks. I mean, Rick Carlisle just hates his old team. And then we had a nice underdog cash. We took Ja, we took Giannis, and we took CP on the assists, and that came out 12-1. So pretty good episode, believe it or not. Wow, Munaf, are we finally hitting a stride? Are we finally catching some rhythm in the NBA?
I think we are, because I think the last time you and I did the show, we not only cashed our underdog entry, I believe, but I also hit a couple of my picks to get off the snide that I was on. So
yeah,
it usually
that was the
takes
Rockets plus 205 episode.
yeah. So it takes a little bit to gather some data points and some, seeing how these teams look here to finally get into the stride here. But hey, I think we're officially on a winning streak here for our underdog fantasy entry. So I think that's what, 3 shows in a row now. So if you would have cashed I think close to 6-1, and then me and Lonte hit a 6-1, and then Scott and Terrell, you guys hit one at 12-1 here. So
Shout out to CP. We had a decision to make. We could have either took CP's regular assists at some juice and laid the juice and just took the L on some of the money, or we said let's just go spicy. He's gonna get there.
Gotta go spicy, and he got it done. How many did he finish with?
10. He had it. Was it? Yeah, I think it was 10. I think he had 14 and 10 in the game, or he had 10 and 14, one or the other. But had the double-double. We were all over the double-double. We were 3 rebounds away. 3 rebounds away from hitting the CP Luka double-double, triple-double underdog entry that was 27x.
Oh.
Like 3 Luka rebounds. Luka is so unserious right now.
Yeah. It's it seems like he's so I feel like that happens every season with Luka. Like, he gets off to a slow start and he just goes into like apeshit mode the rest of the season, like just dropping triple doubles.
Yeah,
like
man.
It's nobody business. But
sucks.
Yeah, look, no games yesterday, obviously.
Tomorrow said he's expecting 100% hit rate now. So
yeah,
my bad. Tomorrow. All right, let me let me prepare myself now.
Pressure is definitely on here for sure. Appreciate everybody joining us in the chat as usual. JR's in there as well. Christian's there as well. So appreciate everybody joining us here for the NBA Gambling Podcast. But
guys, YouTube.com/NBA Gambling Podcast.
Yeah, and don't forget also, college basketball is back as well. And if you aren't already subscribed to the College Experience for their daily pick spot, breaking it all down, make sure you guys give those guys a follow there as well.
Those guys love shed powder. Like, Moneyline Matt's got to be on shed powder. Do you know every time I'm on YouTube, Moneyline Mac is live with Noah, and they're talking about something college basketball related every single time?
I see them like around like
If we
11
check
o'clock,
right
like
now, they
my
might be
time.
live with us right now. Like there's a possibility that they went through the wee hours of the night and still find themselves live right now. Those guys are on shed powder. Gotta be.
Also, of course, thank our listeners here on the NBA Gambling Podcast for tuning in with us Monday through Friday. And if you can, do us a favor, just head over to Spotify, give us a 5-star rating. I know we cracked into the top 50 sports podcast, but we want to make sure we stay there and maintain that. But only we can get there with your help. So get over to Spotify, give us a 5-star rating, leave us a comment as well. But only you can prevent corporate gambling from taking over. Terrell, anything else before we dive into the games here for Wednesday?
No. I just want to say happy birthday to Dayron Sharp. Not like that means anything to me, but happy birthday, I guess. Born in
I think
2001, Munaf. Dayron Sharp, born in
Jesus.
2001.
Well, that make him what, 23 now? Yeah, 23 years old for Dayron Sharp. You guys
Holy
missed the
crap.
Maxi birthday in the last episode. Somebody left a
Yeah,
comment.
I didn't even know. That was crazy. I was really disappointed in that. That's why I made sure to go look up today. Because like how did I let that slide? And what did he finish with? I hope it didn't hit, or I hope it did.
Um,
Yeah, it did play it.
I
He
forgot what
played the
it was. It
Suns.
was it Monday. His birthday
Yeah, he
was.
played the Suns. He finished with 32. Golly.
Yeah,
Ah,
that went
it's
over
six
for sure.
threes. Man. Yeah, really disappointed. Really disappointed myself about that one. I saw that and I was like, oh crap, I didn't even say anything.
Yeah, we'll do a better job of getting the birthdays. Maybe we'll just add a small segment at the end of the show when we do the underdog fantasy entries and things like that. All right, Terrell, let's get into it, man. We got a lot of games here on the Wednesday card here. We'll start here with the first game on the schedule. We'll go with the Orlando Magic. They are in Indiana to take on the Pacers. Pacers currently laying 5, on the move to 5.5 now on the spread, total of 226.5 now. Looking at the injury report, let me pull that up. Obviously, with the Orlando Magic, we know Paolo Banchero is going to be out for a couple of more weeks here for this team. Other injuries for the Orlando Magic, Wendell Carter Jr. also is going to be out as he has plantar fasciitis in his left foot. And that is pretty much it for the Magic. For the Pacers, Isaiah Jackson is going to be out. Andrew Nimhard is officially questionable here for tonight. Aaron Nesmith is out as well. And we also know about James Wiseman, who's going to be out for this Pacers team. So both teams dealing with some type of injuries here. Magic just can't find their way right now, especially without Banchero out there. But Terrell, what are your thoughts on the Pacers now as a 5.5-point favorite against the Magic?
Yeah, I don't know how much of that was that Dallas win, but the Pacers are just not a team that I feel like you want to lay points with, man. Like I have issues laying points with teams that don't play defense at all. And I understand that uh Paulo Banchero went off in the last game. That was the 50 piece he gave him. And the Pacers fought back into that game, kind of came and kind of figured it out. But like ultimately, Paulo Banchero got to that because they weren't playing any type of defense. Like
Mhm.
I have issues with and I think the Dallas win is a little bit misleading to like how bad they looked on the other side of the ball. They were just able, like Rick Carlisle always has a really, really good offensive game plan ready when they play Dallas again. But the Magic defensively are still really, really good. Like despite Paolo Banchero leaving, they're still sixth in opponents' points per game, opposed to the Pacers, who are 27th, giving up 121.9 points per game. The defensive rating is in the toilet for them. It really is just can the Magic put up points, but I think the Pacers are so bad defensively, they'll give up points to anybody. So, yeah, give me Orlando plus the points.
Yeah, Orlando's been struggling a little bit here, obviously in the absence of Pancaro. On the road hasn't been pretty for them this far this season. 1-5 straight up, 1-5 against the spread. So, like you mentioned, like with this Pacers team, like they will give it up defensively, and they really just force you to play their brand of basketball. We saw that last season all throughout the year where they play at one pace and it's fast. And I think that if the Magic are able to match that, I also do think that they have the guys in the backcourt there led by Jalen Suggs to really disrupt their offense. So I think defensive, they really have to bog down against that backcourt of Hallie. It's also found interesting that for this Pacers team, nobody's averaging more than 15 shot attempts per game. So we just don't know which guy's going to step up for them every single night, which I think I think it's the inconsistencies that make me nervous about this Pacers team. But I say all that to be on the Magic here as well. I think it's a good opportunity for them to kind of reset after having a night off, and to at least stay competitive in this game. So I think that they can cover the spread here, 5.5 here against the Pacers. Totals at 226.5. Terrell, any thoughts on the total?
Just give me Orlando team total over,
Okay.
or should we do? Because Orlando really does have issues scoring. Maybe we should do Pacers team total under. I think that might be a better play. I mean, Orlando still, despite the game, despite them getting killed in these last 4 games,
Mm-hmm.
okay, they gave up the 120 to the Cavs, but they went on the road to Dallas and only gave up 108. They went on the road to OKC, only gave up 102. On the road in Chicago, gave up 102. And that Chicago offense is pretty good.
Yeah.
I think they're doing a really good job post Banchero in terms of defense. Yeah. Give me Pacers team total under. That there's no way that's set low enough.
I think, that number's at 115.5, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd say
115.5.
I'd say Pacers team total under.
All right. Yeah, I didn't have much for the total here. I think that if Orlando does cover this number, it's probably going to end up going under. But I think that's a good call, what you made about the Pacers team total under. I think just Magic are going to have to play defense. So I think a little bit of correlation there as well. All right, let's keep it rolling here. Next game on the schedule here, we'll go over to the Detroit Pistons. They are in Charlotte to take on the Hornets. Hornets currently are favored by a point this game with a total of 222.5. Looking at the injury report, let's start here with the Pistons. Nobody really of significance that is on their injury report. For the Hornets, Cody Martin is probable, and both their big men are going to be out for the Hornets. Nick Richards and Mark Williams are both out here for the Hornets. Hornets laying a point here at home, hosting the Pistons here. Terrell, what are we thinking about this game?
I still don't like that Grant Williams is playing as the pseudo center for this team. I think the Boston games and the fact that they're relatively, I mean, despite the spread not covering the spread, pushing another game, uh, they're relatively competitive against Boston, and I think that might be a facade. And this Hornets team might not actually be that good. I think that the rim protection and the lack of rim protection here really concerns me for Charlotte in terms of defensively being able to get a stop when they need one.
Yep.
And so that makes me well, I mean, I can't say the forbidden word tilt. What are we tilting? A little cuisine here? No, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and go with Pistons here, man. I think the Pistons are the better team. I think jury's out on, we'll see Charles Lee more coaching more over the course of the season. I think he's doing okay. But
Yeah.
I like JB Bickerstaff and what he's doing with this Pistons group. I think that they get out early in games, so I kind of like a Pistons first half a little bit more. But I'm going to roll with the Pistons here. I'm just concerned about the interior defense and the rebounding. I just think that Duran should feast on the glass, give them
Yeah.
multiple possessions and more opportunities. So I like a Detroit Pistons play.
Yeah, I think you nailed it. Number one, Pistons. I know, again, very small samples here, so take it with a grain of salt. 4 road games this season for the Pistons, 2-2 straight up, but they are 3-1 against the spread, 4-0 to the under in those 4 road games thus far for the Pistons. And you know the handicap, right? It's that Jalen Duran should have a monster game, at least rebounding the basketball here for this Detroit Pistons team, whether it's limiting second chance opportunities for the Hornets or that's creating second chance opportunities for the Pistons. And take a look right now, early in the season here, Terrell, the Hornets are the worst defensive rated team in the entire association, followed in front of the Raptors and the Pelicans. So it seems like it's the same old story right now for this Charlotte Hornets team. So if you're not able to get many stops, you're not going to have a lot of success, obviously, winning basketball games. Detroit right in the middle of the pack as far as defensively. So I think that you mentioned with JB Bickerstaff brings some type of defensive identity to this Detroit Pistons team here. So
They're actually
Um,
11th in opponents' points per game, believe it or not.
yeah. So I'll take the Pistons money line here. I think that they could win this game outright here. And like I mentioned, they've done pretty well on the road thus far this season in their 4 games, 3-1 ATS are the Detroit Pistons. All right, before we get, oh, sorry, didn't get to the total here. My fault. 222.5, Terrell. Anything on the total?
Uh, I think the Pistons will be able to score. I think the Pistons will be able to score on the road here. And so give me a Detroit team total over 111.5. Yeah, I think they'll be able to go over their team total, and maybe it's a more defensive night for the Detroit Pistons in terms of them holding Charlotte from scoring. But last 2 games, they've gone over 111.5, with the third game scoring exactly 111.5. They've won all 3 games.
All right. Before we get over to the next game on the schedule here, let me tell everyone about our good friends over at Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy has one of the biggest menus when it does come to their opportunities to put together those entries. Like I mentioned, we'll put together one at the end of the episode here for Underdog. But NFL, college football, college basketball, like we mentioned, is underway, MMA, NBA, of course, NASCAR, and much more. Boostober is upon us, which means you're getting a spooky amount of profit boost and much more. And you can now use specials and boost on all flex entries. So sign up with promo code NBASGPN to claim your special pick and first time deposit offer up to $1,000. Again, that's underdogfantasy.com. Make sure you use that promo code NBASGPN. All right, let's get over to the next game on the schedule. Maybe the game of the night here. The Golden State Warriors, they are in Boston to take on the Celtics. Celtics currently laying 6 points in this game with a total of 230.5. Looking at the injury report for both of these teams, for the Golden State Warriors, DeAnthony Milton is going to be out for this game, and Pods, Brendan Pajemski, is going to be available to play for this Warriors team. For the Celtics, Jaylen Brown is going to be out for this game as he deals with, I believe it's a hip injury. Yeah. And we know about Porzingis, of course, being out for an extended amount of time, but everybody else for the Boston Celtics is going to be a go. Terrell, why do the Warriors cover this number or maybe even win this game outright?
Probably because the Celtics take their foot off the gas in the second half. Um, I think that's probably a little bit more of how I see it. I think that the Celtics probably get out really early and probably win the first half. But I'm looking at that Warriors third quarter that's still really solid. And this Warriors team, like they're really a good team. Like
Yeah.
I'm looking at them and how they're playing, and they're playing really, really good basketball. I think that moment on the road against the Rockets where they were up big, blew the game, and then were able to kind of solidify themselves, settle themselves down, and win again without Steph. Like, just did everything for the confidence of this team. Buddy Hield is playing amazing. Jonathan Kuminga is up. Like, I think that Kerr's actually put together a solid roster. The question is, can they get enough defensive stops against this Celtics team?
Yeah.
I've seen them play good defense against teams before. I've seen them fold against teams before this season. Can they get enough stops against this Celtics team? That is the thing I'm concerned about. But yeah, poster, wannabe NBA poster child has to kill this game. He has to. Like, he has to kill this game. If there's a way they win this game and cover 100%, it has to be because of poster child. He's got to get it done.
Yeah. So going back to the Warriors, number one on the road this season, 4-0 straight up, 4-0 against the spread, 3-1 towards the over. We haven't played the greatest competition on the road thus far. It's been the Wizards, it's been the Rockets, it's been the Jazz, it's been the Trailblazers, and they've all in all 4 of those games, Terrell, the Warriors have scored at least 125 points in those games.
Mm-hmm.
They're also the second best defensive rated team are the Golden State Warriors. And Kerr, I think it was after the first game, he said that we're gonna go 11-12 deep.
Yeah. You can say legitly they haven't played like many good teams at all this season.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, 100%. So I think this road trip coming up for the Warriors, I think we'll really find out how great this team can be this season because they have the Celtics here tonight. They play the Cavs on Friday, and they have Thunder on Sunday here. So
some crazy 3 games. This is
Yeah,
the three
that's
best
a
teams
tough.
in the league. That's quite literally the three best teams in the league.
So
Wow.
we'll find out about this team here, but I like the Warriors here, of course, plus the 6. I like the way they're playing defense. But like you mentioned, that if the Celtics are going to win this game, it has to be on the back, of course, of Jason Tatum without Jaylen Brown out there. But I think the Warriors can keep this game competitive and win this game outright. I think it's a good opportunity here for the Warriors here. Total sitting at 230.5. Any thoughts on the total here, Terrell?
Give me the over. I like the
Okay.
over. I think Boston's going to be able to score, and I think the Warriors are going to be able to return fire. And this is uh, a nice little duel between Steph and JT here. I think we see them have some good games. I'm really big on Trace Jackson Davis in this game. I
Okay.
kind of like to fade the Celtics against big men or pseudo big men, and Trace Jackson Davis has done a pretty good job over the last few games, kind of playing that role for them. And so I like Trace Jackson Davis. Think he'll add another little spark to this game. But I like points. Yeah, I like points. I think it's a lot of threes on both sides. So give me over 229.5.
Yeah, I think the Warriors team total over for me would be the look here as well. I know the numbers starting to come down here a little bit on the total. It's not like Terrell mentioned, it's down to 229.5 right now. But um yeah, Warriors team total over for me. I would like looking at Steph Curry props in this game. Last 3 games against the Boston Celtics in the season, I should say, 32, 29, and 33. So I think this could be a big Curry game here tonight for the Golden State Warriors. Anything else for this game, Terrell?
No, I'm good.
All right, let's keep it moving here. Let's get over to the next game on the schedule, a 7:40 Eastern start time between the New York Knicks and the Atlanta Hawks. Knicks currently laying 7 points on the road here with a total of 226. Looking at the injury report for both of these teams, for the New York Knicks, we know Precious Achua and Mitchell Robinson are going to be out for this team. Campaign is questionable here tonight, coming off the bench for the Knicks. And that is pretty much it. For the Hawks, Bogdanovich, Kobe Bufkin are all out here tonight. And then Trae Young is probable. And then we have questionable tag on DeAndre Hunter. So the Atlanta Hawks, at least early in the season here, are the team that we kind of have to do the scavenger hunt for their injury report here, Terrell. But Knicks laying 7 here on the road against the Hawks. What are you thinking?
What? I am not.
You
Spoon
do
off.
it.
This Atlanta team is 1-7 against the spread this season.
Yes.
This is coming off of the worst historical ATS season ever by a team. 7 to start the season. And the one win came when, the Pelicans had Zion, CJ, DeJounte all out. Munaf, what is this Hawks team? Like, this is legitimately not a real basketball team. Like, I think it's comical the fact that they have 3 wins and they're still 1-7 against the spread. Like, the books have no idea what to do with this team. They can't get them right. They're gonna lose every single game. ATS. This is ridiculous. The Knicks are gonna destroy this team. First of all,
Yeah.
at least the Knicks understand what the word defense means.
Mhm.
I mean, the Hawks have led the Knicks team total is at 116.5. Well, that's where I got it last night. Let me see if it went up. Uh no, it's still sitting at 116.5. They've given up that in every single game but 2. One being to that Pelicans team that didn't have Zion, uh freaking DeJounte,
Mhm.
CJ, Trey Murphy. Mudoff, what are we doing here? What are they doing with the Hawks here? Like, what's going on with the Hawks?
Uh, Number one, like I just mentioned all the injuries that they're dealing with, but it's just again, like you mentioned, like they're not playing any defense. I was surprised. I thought they would be the second worst defensive rated team, but I mean, they're not that far off. They're the fourth worst defensive rated team in the association thus far. And to your point about what you mentioned about their ATS numbers, the updated number right now from last season up till this season, 30 and 61 against the spread, only covering 33% of their games. And then if you want to take a look at that when they're at home, Terrell, 15-31 against the spread. That's at 32.6%. They are 31-15 also towards the over in their home games since last season, including this season, so it's around 67.4%. But
Oh no, every single game has gone over this season. I think
oh
every
yeah,
single game has gone over.
yeah. So let me hold on. Let me just
Let me
change this
see.
just to 2024 here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
One game.
apologize. The last game when they played Boston did not go over because they couldn't score. But Munaf.
It's
What is
locked
this
Hawk
Hawks team?
territory.
This is diabolical. This is diabolical. I mean, okay, so clearly you can't take the Hawks at all. So uh it's clearly Knicks laying 7. You clearly take the over. Like that all is easy. I mean, here, Munaf, we can talk about player props because there's nothing else to talk about in the game.
Yep.
If you're taking this Hawks team, I good luck to you.
So I even like the Knicks more in this game because they're coming off a loss against the Rockets as well. So you know they're going to be pissed off here wanting to get that win against one of the worst teams, if not the worst team in the Eastern Conference right now. So
Tomorrow
yeah,
said in the chat, Knicks 11-2 ATS coming off a loss as a favorite dating back to last year. Knicks as a road favorite is also really, really good. They are with the loss to who is that? The Rockets. With the loss to the Rockets, that actually drops them to 21-9 ATS as a road favorite since 2021. Since 2021, 21-9 ATS is a road favorite. I mean, when they're expected to kick ass on the road, they kick ass on the road. Went off.
I mean, look, you mentioned it. Let's not waste the time on it. It's Knicks -7. It's Knicks team total over. Player. I mean, the only problem I have with player props in this game, Terrell, if you're looking at the Knicks side of things, is that if it turns into a blowout like it did for the Celtics,
It can get very ugly. It can get
yeah,
very, very ugly. I understand. I truly understand.
yeah. So
Maybe Miles McBride. Miles McBride was like would play like shit in that Rockets game. Miles McBride got to bounce back.
I think what it is for me, it's going to be just the Knicks team total trifecta over first quarter, first half, full game. Like
Oh,
take it in the first quarter, take it in
yeah,
the first half, take it full game.
yeah.
Yeah, that's all I have for this game. You got anything else?
No, no, no. By the way, just want to throw out in the Rockets game,
Yeah.
Bridges 40 minutes, Anobi 40 minutes, Brunson 42 minutes. We're so back. We are so fucking back. Oh, we're so fucking back. Yeah, McBride went 0 for 9. Fucking ridiculous. He's got to kick ass today. Like I think I want to play McBride today. He's got to do something.
Yeah, they only scored 97 in that game against the Rockets there. I think it was a really, really bad shooting night for the Knicks there. So, like tomorrow mentioned, 11-2 ATS coming off of a loss dating back to last season for this Knicks team. All right, let's keep it rolling here, Terrell. Let's get over to the next game on the board. We got the Cleveland Cavaliers. They are in New Orleans to take on the Pelicans. Cavs currently laying 7.5 points on the road here with a total of 223. Looking at the injury report for the Cleveland Cavaliers, Karis LeVert questionable here tonight. Jalen Tyson is questionable. Max Strus continues to be out. Dean Wade is out for this team as well, and Imani Bates is on the G League two-way contract for this Cavs team. He is also out. For the New Orleans Pelicans, let's start with guys that are confirmed out. Herb Jones, CJ McCollum, Trey Murphy, DeJounte Murray. And then we have questionable tags on Jordan Hawkins and also on Zion here tonight. So keep an eye out if those two guys play here tonight or not for the Pelicans. Cavs,
I see Hawkins is out.
okay. So maybe it just
Oh no,
updated.
that's Monday. Never mind. Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
They
so
didn't
right
update it.
yeah, questionable tag right now for Hawkins on the injury report that I see. But yeah, Cavs look 8-0 straight up, 7-1 against the spread. Kenny Atkinson has done a fantastic job with this team. Do they continue it here against this Pelicans team, Terrell? What are you thinking?
Yeah.
It's just too
I
many
mean,
injuries. Pelicans.
yeah, like how can we reasonably take the Pelicans just lost to the Trailblazers by 18.
That
Like
team
they
has beat them
reasonably
like
weren't in that game
if it
at
wasn't for
home.
that the Brandon Ingram game winner against the Blazers, like they would be 3-0 against the Pelicans this season.
Oh shit. That is true. That's funny as shit. No way I'm taking the Pelicans, man. Yeah, I'm good on that. Uh, they've been bad. I mean, the Hawks came in there and beat them once these injuries came down. Uh, they got beat by the Trailblazers. Like the home court's not doing anything for them. This Cavs team is really solid defensively. They found ways to score. I think no Karras, no Dean is probably sucks, but like they still have enough. Like it's probably going to be a lot of Merrill coming off of the bench, and we'll see if he can ignite on the road. And so, yeah, I like the Cavs. I think the Cavs still have enough to get this done. They're top heavy enough to be able to dominate this Pelicans team.
Yeah, I think it's something that we talked about with the Pistons and Jalen Duren cleaning up the glass. Like both Jared Allen and Evan Mobley should absolutely clean up the glass here because the Pelicans really don't have a true big man on this team. And we talked about bad defenses. We talked about the Hawks. We talked about the Hornets. Pelicans, third worst defensive rated team right now through the first 8 games of the season here. So I think the Cavs just continue rolling here.
Cavs
Total
team
sitting at,
total over.
yeah.
Give me Spider to just have give me Spider to have a great day. But like, yeah, this is. I think we should alt this. I think we should take the Cavs up to like 11 plus. I mean, they've lost by double digits to the Hawks and the Trailblazers in the past 2 games.
Yeah, that's pretty telling. Let me see if we can find a alt line for this game. Player props. They have winning margin. I'll have to dig it up there. But if you want them to win by 21
Nah, here
plus,
we
it's at
go.
5 to
I
1.
got a I got an alt spread
Go ahead.
taking it up to shoot. We can go 11 is plus 160. You can get shoot 12 and a half at plus 195. Like I have small reason to believe that the Cavs do not destroy the Pelicans in this spot.
Yeah, and that injury report is pretty much them. But also what you mentioned over their last couple games where they got beat by the Hawks and the Blazers. So, but now we have a Cavs team that's
By double digits.
undefeated. Yeah.
Do you know? Again, I know I said it before, but that was the Hawks' only winning cover, the only cover this season by the Hawks. The only one. This Pelicans team is not good right now. They're very not good.
Anything else for this game?
Now let's go.
All right, before we move it along here, let me tell everyone about our good friends over at Rhythm. Hey, look, Rhythm is the #1 AI powered back sports betting platform that helps provide bettors of all levels the ability to build custom predictive betting models in seconds and get predictions for betting on money line, spreads, totals, and props. You can build your own model, copy one of the top performing models from the leaderboard, or press a build a model for me. And Rhythm gives you predictions for every game and player prop, and also has a myriad of stats, research, and trend analysis to give you even more betting insights. Now you can track props in the Rhythm app as well, and Rhythm just launched their college basketball models as well. So claim your 7-day free trial today by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. And we're also brought to you by BetUS. BetUS is the best in the business. BetUS has been around for more than 30 years. Easily deposit using cryptocurrency and get lightning fast payouts as well. US players are always welcome. Just go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/betus. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/betus. Promo code SGPN so they know that we sent you. BetUS, America's favorite sports book. All right, let's get over to the next game on the schedule. We'll go down to my part of the world where the San Antonio Spurs and Wemby are in town to take on the Houston Rockets. Rockets currently laying 6.5 points in this game with a total that's now ticked up to 215. Looking at the injury report for both of these teams here. Start here with the road team in the San Antonio Spurs. Spurs are going to be without Trey Jones. Jeremy Sohan is also out for an extended amount of time, and Devin Vassell continues to be out as well. For the Rockets, Steven Adams is out. Questionable tags on Dylan Brooks and Tari Eason. And that is pretty much it here. I believe this is already the third matchup between these two division opponents here, Terrell. But what are you thinking about Wemby and the Spurs against the Rockets?
Well, technically, the Spurs would have covered this line in both games too. Believe it or not.
Yes.
Uh, Run down that Spurs injury report one more time.
So they are without Trey Jones is officially out. Jeremy
Yeah.
Sohan is also out. And
Yeah.
then we know about Devin Vassell.
So I guess we see more Stephon Castle in this game.
Yeah, I think that Pop, or not Pop now because he's going to be out for some time, that
Mitch.
Castle is going to step in for him.
Yeah, for I don't know, man. I'm kind of leaning Rockets. I think Sohan and Trey Jones is just like that's a lot for a team that already doesn't have much, and you're kind of like that's a young team,
Yeah.
newer coach. Like Ime's not bad. Ime can just really go into a defensive masterclass here.
That just mean more
Take
minutes for
away
Chris Paul.
Wemby, take away Wemby, force somebody else to beat you. Yeah, I'm give me the Rockets. Contrary,
Six.
I actually didn't think I was gonna go Rockets today, but my gut's telling me that the Rockets just kind of pull away from this one, and this is just Ime taking advantage.
Okay.
I like I mean they're fifth overall points per game. I mean the best play here is the under for me. Fifth overall points per game, 107.7 points per game. Top 10 defensive rating for both of these two teams.
Mhm.
Like both of these two teams have been really, really good on the defensive side of basketball all year. The Rockets don't turn the ball over, and ultimately that's the difference between them and the Spurs here is that the turnover rate for the Spurs is one of the worst in the league, and the Rockets, it's not like they've been really, really careful of protecting the basketball, but they've been very, very good in scoring points off turnovers. They're sixth in points off turnovers over the course of the season. So yeah, Rockets lock in defensively and do enough. Give me the Rockets later points. I like the under.
Yeah, it's a great point that you mentioned. Both teams top 10 defensive rating. Also, pace, talking about that under there. Rockets are the second slowest pace team, only trailing New York Knicks. And then San Antonio is also bottom five as well. They're the fifth slowest pace team as well. So I think that kind of tells you where this total is at right now at 215. And we talked about the first two matchups between these two teams this season. I think both of those games ended up going under this total here as well. Well, the first game ended up 215, 109, 106 in favor of the Spurs. And then the Rockets came back that following game, won the game 106, 101. So,
And scoring been tough on the Spurs just overall, like
yeah,
just point blank period. Uh I mean, they had what was it, the 113 that they got recently? Is there the 113 against the Timberwolves is right now their highest scoring game by a considerable margin.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I love the under.
yeah. Under and then Rockets for me as well, minus the 6.5 here in this game. All right, let's keep it moving here. We get over to the next game on the schedule. We've got the LA Lakers. They are in Memphis to take on the Grizzlies. Currently looking at the spread here. Grizzlies are a 2 point, excuse me, home favorite here with a total of 230.5. Looking at the injury report for both of these teams. For the Lakers, Anthony Davis is officially listed as questionable in this game. He is dealing with that left heel contusion. Probable tags on D'Lo and Austin Reeves. And then, of course, Jared Vanderbilt and Christian Wood and Jalen Hood Shafino continue to be out for this Lakers team. For the Memphis Grizzlies, Desmond Bain out, Gigi Jackson is out, Luke Kennard is questionable, John Conchar is doubtful, Marcus Smart is out, and Vince Williams Jr. is out. So out tags on Vince Williams Jr., Marcus Smart, Desmond Bain, Gigi Jackson, and then doubtful on John Conchar, and then Luke Kennard is questionable. So it looks like the Memphis Grizzlies injury report is trending towards what was last season. But you do have Ja in this game. You have Edie, Jaren Jackson Jr. against his Lakers team here. Terrell, what are you thinking about the Grizzlies laying 2 points?
So let's reevaluate the Lakers now.
terrible
because
on the road.
this looks different. This is way different than the 3-0 start that they had.
Yep.
Maybe the road Lakers just aren't good. Is
Yep.
that what this is?
I think so. I guess there's something about home cooking for LA, obviously in LA, but their only one win this season on the road, again, small sample, 4 games, was against the Raptors, who, like we talked about, second
They were
worst
in the
defensive rated
game.
team.
They didn't cover the spread because they let the Raptors hang around in the
Yeah.
game.
Yep.
I'm you lose to the Pistons, the Cavs smoke you and then you were up. They were up 20 in that game against the Suns. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they were up 20.
Yep.
And they let them come back and lost the game. Covered the spread. Give them that much. They did cover the spread still. But yeah, no. I mean,
that was only
just
their spread cover on the road. That Suns game, the first road game.
Oh, this fucking Memphis team pisses me off right now, though. They do get up in certain spots. Give me Memphis. I'll take Memphis.
This one was easy for me.
Really? You're clear cut in on Memphis right now? I like 12. I just don't like Memphis.
I know you love 12. We love 12. I just feel like he takes his game, I don't want to say personally, but like it's the Lakers. Their road struggles, I think, are going to continue throughout the season. I think that's going to be something we keep an eye out for. But I know that obviously they're also dealing with a lot of injuries, but I think this is just really a fate of me on the Lakers on the road here. Like, how effective is Anthony Davis going to be, even if he does play in this game, dealing with that heel injury? And Memphis at home has been really profitable. I think we've talked about that a lot throughout the past several seasons. I mean, I know last year was with all the injuries that they did have, but I like Memphis in the spot. I think it's going to be a big jaw game for this team. They're off of a 23-point win against the Milwaukee Bucks. I know that's not impressive because how bad the Bucks have been, but I think this is a good spot here. I want to see if this is a Lakers' last game of the road trip as well, unless they continue. Let me see.
It's the fact that the Grizzlies have lost to the Nets twice this season. Twice.
Yeah.
Not once, twice.
So this is the last road game of the road trip here for the Lakers before they get back home.
Give me Grizzlies first half. Grizzlies have been really good in the first half. They've blown games late. I don't want any parts of that. And I'm not out on JJ Redick. So I think he might possibly can keep them in that game late. Give me the Grizzlies first half. They cover the first half line. They get all the feels. Lakers are playing against LeBron. They get really hype at half and then saves me from any type of second half collapse. So I'll take Grizzlies first half. That's a better play for me. 6-2. 6-2 in the first half this season are the Grizzlies.
Oh, I like that. So they have Grizzlies tonight, and then a week later at home, they host the Grizzlies. So I think if they lose here tonight to the Lakers, we come back on the Lakers.
Yeah.
Next week at home for this Lakers team. Yeah. So, yeah, I'll take Memphis full game money line here. Any thoughts on the total 231?
Over.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, give me an over. I still question this Memphis team defensively, and again, I don't trust the Lakers on the road right now. Both teams are really, really good offensively. They're both top 12 in offensive rating. Memphis just continues to allow teams to score points, and especially like when they get up, they're not trying to just lock teams down the rest of the game. They're conceding points and allowing teams back into games, and that's kind of what's messing them up. So, yeah, give me the over.
It would be over nothing for me here as well. You mentioned it. Lakers defensively haven't been good. Memphis are at least, let me see, where are they on the season? They're right around league average here. But again, if Zach Edey or Jaren Jackson Jr. are guarding Anthony Davis, if he does end up playing in this game, I think that they could get into foul trouble. I know Zach Edey's been struggling with that to start his rookie season here. But over nothing for me here as well. All right, let's keep it rolling here. Next game on the schedule, we'll go over to the Chicago Bulls. They are in Dallas to take on the Mavericks. Mavericks currently laying 10 points here at home with a total of 236.5. Looking at the injury report for these teams, start here with the Bulls. Lonzo Ball is going to be out for this game, as well as that's pretty much it for the guys that are out. The rest of the guys are on G League deals. Questionable tag on Zach LaVine, and then probable tags on Patrick Williams, Jalen Smith, and Josh Giddey. So we'll keep an eye out for if Zach LaVine plays in this game here or not. For the Dallas side, Maxi Kleba out, Dante Exum out, PJ Washington is out, and questionable tag on Derek Lively, the second here for the Mavericks. Mavericks laying 10 points against the Chicago Bulls team here, Terrell. What are you thinking?
You got Mavericks, who are 0-1 ATS as a double-digit favorite this season already. You have a Bulls team on the first leg of a back-to-back. They do play tomorrow.
Who do they have tomorrow? It's probably Thunder tomorrow, huh?
Oh,
let me see.
Or could be Rockets.
Oh, yeah. Let me check here. I got it.
But for the most part, this is Dallas laying points at home. You said it's Minnesota?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, Dallas laying points at home. We've already talked about this. This is Miami Heat level bad of you don't lay points with this team at home, especially double digits. And I don't think that this Bulls team has been horrible. Like, they've been able to find offense. They've actually been a pretty decent offense, believe it or not. But especially when Zach LaVine is able to turn it on and get going. So, 11th in points per game over the last 7. So, yeah. This is more of just a fade of Dallas. I just don't trust Dallas. I think I'm looking at them in terms of they don't cover the spread as a big favorite at home. I'm looking at them in terms of they just kind of let teams hang around till they either mess around and lose the game or just barely win the game. So, and this Bulls team is horrible defensively, so it's kind of hard to get behind the Bulls. I like the over the most.
Mavericks at home since the 2022 season, 40, 54, and 3 against the spread, 57 and 40 straight up. But yeah, you mentioned it. I think that it's Bulls plus the points. But my favorite play, if you ask me, between the spread and the total, is actually the over. I think Bulls can get theirs. We know what the Mavericks offense can do with obviously Kyrie there, with Josh Giddey. With Clay, Luka, of course, as well. So I think that we'll end up seeing points in this game here for the matchup between these two squads. Anything else you're looking at?
I think I'm starting to understand that the Bulls are not. I'm still going to take the points, but I think I'm starting to understand that the Bulls are not a good team.
Yeah, I think there was love early in this before the season started on the over for this team on their win total, but I just couldn't see it because I feel like this is going to be a team that come trade deadline, we're gonna trade away.
Be sellers.
Yeah, be sellers. And to the point here quickly on the total here, 236.5. Bulls in their 4 road games this season are perfect 4-0 towards the over. And some of these totals haven't even been close. 235.
They gave up 120 to the Nets, man.
Yeah.
Gave up 120 to the Nets.
120 to the Pelicans.
Yeah, like, what is this Bulls team?
So they've given up 120 in all 4 of their road games.
And I mean, if you look at the opponent's team total, also, Bulls this season to their opponent's team total is 5-2. So just take Dallas team total over. Like, like I truly believe Dallas should 100% blow this team out, but they're not going to because they just don't freaking do that at home. Like, I don't understand. That's why I think the over is the play, because clearly the Bulls are going to score if they're going to keep up in this game. But yeah, give me Dallas team total over. That's a really good play. The Bulls have been giving up the team total to everybody. That is also a perfect 4-0 on the road this year.
Yep. All right, let's keep it rolling here. Next game on the schedule. Got the OKC Thunder. They are in the Mile High City to take on the Denver Nuggets. Thunder currently laying 7 points in this game on the road with a total of 222.5. injury report. Let's start here with the OKC Thunder. Pretty clean. We know Isaiah Hartenstein continues to be out. Jalen Williams continues to be out for this team as well. And Kenrich Williams is out for this team as well. For the Denver Nuggets, they will be without two key starters here. Aaron Gordon is going to be missing some time with the calf strain, and also Jamal Murray is in concussion protocol for this Denver Nuggets team. So the team that we talked about that already had questions with their bench and depth pieces are going to be without Aaron Gordon and Jamal Murray. Terrell, what are you thinking about the Thunder and the Nuggets here?
I am currently trying to figure out, well, maybe I shouldn't do. I shouldn't. Is Jokic triple-double? We can't play that right now, right? There's too many injuries on this team. Can we play that?
I think the question, the number one becomes, is that does this turn into a blowout for the Thunder if you think they're going to win this game?
Yeah, because, I mean, Munaf, I have been, for people that, I have been betting the Thunder for like 3 years now on this show pretty faithfully, where I've told myself the Thunder have a chance at games where they have not. I think there was one time I bet on the Thunder and they gave up the most points ever. Like lost by the most points ever. What was that? The game they lost by 70 years. I think that they lost the most points ever, and I was betting on OKC. Like there's a commitment to me in betting OKC. There's no way I'm not betting OKC when they're good. Like they are good. So there's nothing you can tell me to get me off of OKC here. It's just how am I going to maximize my OKC bet today? How will I maximize it? And Jokic triple-double and OKC to still win and cover is really, really tempting. But I don't know if everybody else is going to be able to hit shots. This OKC team is a lock defensively, like straight seatbelts.
Yeah. I think they held them to like
know,
87 points in their first matchup. I'll try to find that.
It was like 88. Yeah, 87.
Yeah.
You're right. 87 on the dot.
Yeah.
Yes. This is ridiculous.
That was when they were healthy.
I mean, the only blemish that you can say is a blemish is the 114 they gave up to Portland, and they were up. They scored 137 in the game, Munaf.
Yeah.
Oh man, what is Denver's team total at?
Let's see here. So Jokic triple-double, I was just checking that. That's at plus 115 over on DK.
What?
Yeah.
In this game?
I don't think he's done it against this team. Let me see. Against the Thunder. Let's see here. So more recently, let me go down even further.
What did he do in the first game?
So he did have a triple-double earlier this season, 16, 12, and 13 against the Thunder.
If you can have a triple-double when you score 87 points, then you just got to just say, all right, he's got it. Like, he's good. But, oh, man, I have to find a fun way to take OKC. But I'm 100% laying the points with OKC. Like, OKC is a team that you're not going to see me fading much this season at all.
I mean, you would be down bad right now if you were fading them ATS because they're 6-1 ATS thus far this season. There's 7 games. Denver team total, just for reference here, Terrell, for you, 107.5.
107.5. Yeah,
which makes 0 sense to me.
I mean,
and like you mentioned, they've only given that up once.
Not guaranteed. They're not guaranteed to get to it. You're not guaranteed to see 100 playing OKC's defense right now, which is crazy because they're missing talent, which is actually insane. They're missing talent. I mean, I'm just not going to fade it. I'm not going to fade it. I'm sorry. I'm all over OKC. I'm all over. I will say, Thomas, though, I'm not sure if I would go Westbrook under points because he can very much take 15 shot attempts in this game. They are missing Aaron Gordon and they are missing Jamal Murray. Yeah. Westbrook could 100% take 15 shot attempts. Like, I think he and Michael Porter Jr. are probably going to shoot the ball a bunch. Whether they're efficient, but I think they're going to shoot the ball a bunch.
He'll shoot a lot of threes. I know that. That's something that's not going to be out of the realm for Russell Westbrook. He did get the start, obviously, for Jamal Murray in the last game, but this was against the Raptors again, so to take that with a grain of salt. two completely opposite defenses here, but he did have 21 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists in that game, 6 of 10 from the floor. But again, you have to deal with this OKC Thunder team. Just to your point, one more about that team total for the Denver Nuggets here, Terrell. They've held 5 of their 7 opponents to less than 95 or less points.
Damn. Shit. What is this? The 90s? Holy shit. Yo, OKC is a buzzsaw. Like, just collect money. Just go collect money.
Yeah, so I think I'm laying the points here, and Denver Nuggets team total under 107.5. Drew Capper already in here.
No, yeah. That's me without cable.
What else you got for this game? Anything else?
No, I'm good. Let's go on. We got
all right.
Yeah, we're running out of time.
Yeah, we got 3 games left here. Let's get to the next one here. Miami Heat, they are in Phoenix. Take on the Suns. Suns currently laying 5.5 points in this game with a total of 222. Injury report here for both of these teams. I'll start here with the road team. Miami is going to be, where's Miami? Pretty clean. They will be without Jaime Jaquez Jr. and Kevin Love continues to be out. For the Phoenix Suns, Bradley Beal is probable, and that is pretty much it. But so Phoenix is pretty much healthy here. Laying 5.5 here at home, hosting the Miami Heat here. Terrell, what are you thinking?
Munaf. Would you believe that Phoenix is 2-5 against the spread?
Phoenix is 2-5 against the spread. I don't think that
Yes.
surprises me at all.
Yes. It's because they're completely unserious in the second half of these games. Like, absolutely unserious in the second half of these games. Munaf, they're not even covering 4.5 out here. Like, this is ridiculous. They have to battle back in some of these games. Like,
I think their one blowout win was against
6
Dallas,
and
right?
1 straight up is crazy.
It's because you're paying that tax on the Phoenix Suns. Like, you say Phoenix Suns are like, all right, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, like that team. Like, people probably think that the spread should be above 8 points for this team, but they're just not covering spreads, like you mentioned.
Yeah. Give me Heat plus 5.5. Come on, it's Heat as a dog. Heat as a dog. We stick with the trend.
They've only had one game where they've won by more than 6 points, which was against the Dallas Mavericks of all teams. They won that game by 12. They beat the Sixers by a bucket. They beat the Trailblazers by 6, Clippers by 6, Lakers by 4, lost to the Lakers as well, and they beat the Clippers by 3.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So if this gets to 6, I feel like I will come in then on the Phoenix Sun. Or sorry, on the Miami Heat. Total 222.
I don't know.
I didn't really have much for the total here.
Yeah, I don't feel myself. I could see this going either way. They both had some good defensive games. They both had some games where I wanted to rip my hair out.
They are 3-1 towards the under in their home games thus far, are the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah.
Which feels like defensively, they haven't been too bad. Like, they only gave up 102 to Dallas, 105 to the Lakers, and then, I mean, it's Trailblazers, but they only give up 97 to them.
And it just feels like when the Heat go on the road like this, they try to grind games like that out.
Yeah.
I see people betting the over, though. I don't know. The over just scares me. Yeah, give me under.
All right. Next game on the schedule here. 2 games left. We'll go over.
Too.
What'd you say?
Both teams slow pace.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at here. Miami Heat, 3rd slowest pace team. Phoenix right around a little bit below league average there for pace early in the season here. Raptors, they are in Sacramento to take on the Kings here. Kings laying 11.5 points here at home with a total of 238 now. The number's starting to come down here a little bit, so let me adjust our graphic here. Start with the injury report for the Toronto Raptors. Scotty Barnes, Bruce Brown, Kelly Olynyk are all out. Emmanuel Quickley is doubtful here tonight. Sacramento Kings, only questionable tag will be Kevin Huerter for this Kings team. These two teams just matched up in an overtime game in Toronto not too long ago here, where I believe the Kings won that. No, the Raptors won that game. 131 to 128,
That was
like I
Vince
mentioned.
Carter night.
Yeah.
Vince Carter night. Drake was shading DeMar DeRozan on the broadcast.
Yes.
This is
So
clear revenge bounce back spot,
yeah. So 11.5 is the number though.
which is sickening because I told myself that I wasn't going to lay double digits with the Kings this year because I felt like defensively they could not hold up to a number that big. But it's the Raptors, man.
Hey.
7-1 ATS.
Yes.
7-1.
Yes.
7-1 ATS. What the hell?
They're not going to win games, but they're going to cover
God
numbers.
damn. 7-1 ATS on the season. Oh, fuck. Fucking hate the Raptors. Oh, man. Fuck. Maybe if I take the Raptors, it gives them the bad juju they need to stop fucking covering. Give me Raptors plus 11.5.
I cannot do it with this this Kings team laying double digits here. So,
Oh man, what the fuck? The Kings really should no. Fuck that. I'm taking a stand against the Raptors. This regression has to come through. 7-1 ATS Munaf. God
if
damn it!
this
I'm
was
taking a stand. I am taking a stand. Fuck the Raptors. I'm laying the points.
Kings at home since 2018 when laying double digits, 14-4 straight up, but just 8-10 against the spread. And if I take the home factor out, they win games, but they're not covering much on the spread there. So this is gonna be a game where they win by like within 10 points. I can't lay it with the Sacramento Kings. I really can't. I do like the over. I think we'll continue to see points in this game. You know, we talked about how bad the Raptors defense has been. They've been able to put up points themselves.
Tyson said I have to stay on the Raptors so that the Raptors don't cover anymore. All right, I gotta go back to Raptors plus 11.5. It's just Benedicting all over the place here. I'm doing what I need to do for the people because we all know the Raptors suck, and so whatever I need to do to make sure the Raptors keep losing and getting spread, I will do it.
When Terrell runs for mayor, make sure you guys vote for him.
Yes, I will take the L so that everybody wins, fading the fucking Raptors. I hate this team.
UCAP are pointing out Kings traveling from Miami, and then they have the Clippers on deck as well. So I think that could be a bad spot here for the Kings here as well. So keep that in mind. You got anything for the total? 237.
What the fuck? Everything aligns for the Raptors to cover the spread. I hope they don't. I hope the Kings kick their ass. Wow.
Yeah, I'm on Raptors. I'm not changing my mind.
Oh my gosh.
You got anything on the total?
Oh yeah, over. What? There's no question there. That's the bet that I'm actually making in the game. 100%. The 238 doesn't scare me at all. Not at all. I mean, the Kings are playing horrible defensively, and JR was talking about it in chat. Grady has been playing really, really well, and I think Grady has found his shot on the outside. He's really helped affect the total. RJ Barrett's been playing really solid as well. So, like, I think that they're going to still be able to score. They found ways to find offense. It's just the fact that neither team can get a stop, like, to save their lives at all. I love both. I love the over. I think the over is a great play.
Yeah, we mentioned that the matchup in Toronto, I believe it was 120, 120 at the end of regulation before they did, in fact, go into overtime, where it ended up with 259 points. But yeah, it's over nothing for me in this game. All right, Terrell, last game of the night, we've got the return of Paul George to LA against his former team in the Clippers. Sixers and the Clippers. Clippers currently laying 1.5 points here at home, with a total of 215.5 now is the updated number. Looking at the injury report for both of these teams, for the Sixers, of course, Joel Embiid will be out. Paul George is probable, and then for the Clippers, we have Mo Bamba, Kawhi Leonard, of course, and that is pretty much it here. Should be a good one here, but Clippers laying 1.5 at home against the Sixers. What are you thinking?
Chat is wild with the Grady
I noticed
jokes.
that you just said Grady. That's all you said. You didn't mention the
Uh,
man's last name.
yeah, no, man, Grady. I mean, I don't say LeBron's last name, so Grady just, he's that great of a player that I don't have to say his last name. Like, what? You don't hear me saying Bron last name. I barely even say Bron first name. Hey, man, I love the Clippers. I think this is potential lock territory for me. And in terms of this Philly team has been really, really bad. And maybe possibly they found their stride, or maybe possibly we just don't trust the Suns to lay points anymore. And they're just a good team that's just gonna win games and never cover the spread. But I just watched the Suns and they look stagnant on offense at times. It looks like Maxey is really trying to force the game and bring the game to him instead of just taking whatever the defense gives him. And it works for him at times, but other times it really affects how the game is played and nobody else is getting into a rhythm. And again, with this Clippers team, they play well together. Like I'm taking a team that I think plays really well together versus a team that I think doesn't play really well together right now. And then you just added Paul George into that mix. So, I mean, I guess you could say it worked because they covered the spread in the last game. This is low enough where I think the Clippers are getting up at home in this spot. Give me the Clippers. I like them better in the first half than I do
Mhm.
for the full game. I will say that.
Yep.
Clippers, first half, they have been 4-3. I believe the number is over the course of the season, ATS in the first half. And the 76ers have not won a first half this season. They are, well, I lied. They are 1-5 ATS in the first half. They are 0-6 straight up in the first half. Clippers 4-3 straight up and ATS in the first half. I like the Clippers to go ahead and get it done early so I don't have to worry about a fourth quarter collapse, which just seems to continue to happen to this team.
Yeah, I thought the spread was spot on here. I do like the Clippers side. They are just 1-4 though in their 5 home games this season. But again, very, very early on. But I think UCapper nailed it here. Is exactly what I was thinking. Under, like you mentioned there as well, with I- shockingly both defense, especially for the Clippers, to be playing really, really good defense right now. Clippers number 7 as far as defensive rating goes thus far this season. Philly is going to get better, obviously, with the addition of Paul George, and once Joel Embiid does come back as well. So I do like the under in this game. I think it should be a fun, competitive game between these two squads here. So under 216 is the number for me. As far as pace goes, Clippers and both the Sixers are inside the top 10 when it comes to pace as far as the slowest pace teams thus far this season here. So, yeah, give me the under 216. And if I had to bet the side, it would be Clippers here, there, for the full game there. Anything else for this game here, Terrell?
Nah, that's it.
All right. So that is the full schedule for the Wednesday card here. Let's get into our lock and dog picks for this Wednesday card, and then we'll put together our underdog fantasy entry here. You want to lead us off, Terrell?
Yeah, let's see. Try not to double up plays from my other show. I think that's bad juju. But I really, really like that Clippers first half. I gave it out already though, so I'm not gonna give it out twice. But really, really do like that Clippers first half. That was almost said as the lock. God damn, this Pelicans team, man. Oh fuck. I mean the Hawks are bad, but the Pelicans are really bad right now with everybody out. Cleveland's clicking on all cylinders here. I understand Cleveland has to fall short, but I'm really debating between the two undefeated teams here between OKC and Cleveland. I'm gonna just stick with my first thought and give me Cleveland laying 7.5. I mean, this Pelicans team is really really bad off right now,
Yeah,
really bad off. So
couldn't
we'll lay
talk you
seven and
off.
a half of Cleveland for the lock. Or no 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 no. Let's rethink this because we can get all alts on Cleveland for the dog. Yeah, give me Cleveland. Cleveland laying, let's get close to 2-1. Let's lay 12.5. 12.5 with the Cavs at plus 195. That's my dog. I think they beat the shit out of the Pelicans. So for a lock, all right, now I got to go back and find another lock. Yeah, man, let's just go with OKC.
Okay.
OKC
All
lay
right.
the 7. They're too good defensively. Like they're way too good defensively. Like, and I just don't know with Aaron Gordon and Jamal Murray out where they're gonna get more consistent offense if Russ doesn't have a good game. Like Russ has to have a good game to help generate offense for him. And Russ is undependable.
Would you rather
No,
take that or the Nuggets team total under?
hmm. Give me the OKC just lay the points because
All right.
they could. What if they score like 130 and then just let the Nuggets just score at the end of the game? I'd be pissed. Give me
That's true.
OKC late.
All right. So for my lock, I'm glad you talked about those two because I was 100% agreeing with those as well. So I'll pivot over to it's a Knicks team total over, man.
Yeah,
116.5. Like
yeah.
against this Atlanta team, coming off of a loss. I'm gonna lay the 7 with the Knicks, but I'm gonna have more money on that team total over 116.5. We talked about extensively. I'm not gonna regurgitate everything. But Knicks team total over 116.5 for my dog. I don't want to double up on the Knicks, but I feel like they're gonna crush this team. I do think that Steph Curry has a big game here tonight. So if you want to take him 30 plus, it's around plus 235. I know he hasn't done it at
Hmm,
all this season. He hasn't been playing a
he's
lot
due.
of minutes. He's due. I think this is a game where he does step up here for this Golden State Warriors team as far as scoring the basketball. So I'll take Curry 30 plus here tonight as my dog pick of the night. And if you want to get even more spicy with it, you could parlay that with the Warriors either plus a 6 or even more spicier plus 195 on the money line there uh,
Ooh,
for for Steph Curry here tonight. All right, Terrell, last order of business before we wrap it up here. Our underdog fantasy entry here for tonight. 3 episodes in a row where we've cashed an underdog fantasy entry. Pressure's
nerve
on here,
wracking.
Terrell.
Yeah, really is.
What are we looking at?
How does SGA not kill today? It's all the way down at 27.5 too. I feel like we're getting market value here.
Yeah.
SGA can score 30 against OKC. What has he done against OKC in the past? Let me go look.
SGA against the Nuggets here. Let me see.
I got it right here.
You got
Let's
it.
see. All right. Last few games scoring against the Nuggets. He has had 28, 34, 40, and then 25, 7 in over the past year.
Couldn't talk you off.
I see 27.5. It's out there. That's over in 3 of the last 3 games. Think he can have a big game. They're missing Aaron Gordon. That's gonna kill some of the that's definitely kills some of the defense. Aaron Gordon's one of their better defenders. That man, OKC should really kill. Oh my god. Yeah. Let's go with SGA.
All right. So SGA higher 27.5 points. What are you thinking? Or what do you think about Jalen Duren higher on his rebounds?
Absolutely. It's Grant. Grant is the big for Charlotte. Like Grant. 11.5 higher? Absolutely. Let's do
All
it.
right. So we'll go with that. What else do we like here tonight? Do we like Ja? Do we just go Sabonis? Or do we go Yoke? No, we can't go Jokic because that turns into a
Do we go
blowout.
Tatum in the revenge game?
Yeah, I think we should. Because especially with now, or we know that Brown's not going to be in the game, so he has to be the focal point of the offense.
How do we play
So
him though?
do we go double double?
What's his double double?
It's spicy 1.36 on underdog.
I mean, he's going up against Draymond and Trace Jackson Davis. Like he can.
Or do we
That how do you
go
or I mean
higher
the
four
points
and a
is
half
at
threes?
30.
Higher
said
4.5
what?
threes.
Nah.
1.15 spicy.
No. What if he shoots the ball? He could be 4 for 10 at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's true.
I think we really do have to play JT today. Like, he has to do
I think we just take the points. I think it'll be a competitive game. I don't think it's
30?
going to turn into a blowout.
30.
Or do you want to go 9.5 points in the first quarter?
Oh, no. I'm not playing around with the first quarter bets. All right. 30.
I think it gets it done.
I might have
All
to
right.
add Tatum double to my card somewhere, though. That's actually a pretty nice price. But
All right.
I agree. Let's go with 30 here. Yeah. All right.
All right.
Oh man, this is
cap it
great.
there.
If Tatum cost us underdog entry, that would be everything for me. That's best of both worlds. I'm with it.
All right, so our entry here tonight to make it our 4th show in a row, cashing an Underdog Fantasy entry. SGA higher 27.5 points. Jalen Duren higher 11.5 rebounds. And we'll go Jason Tatum higher 30 points here tonight against the Warriors. That $10 entry will get you a 6x payout of $60. Again, come join the fun. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN to get yourself a 50% deposit bonus. Of up to $1,000. Again, underdogfantasy.com. Make sure that promo code NBA SGPN. And that, my friends, is going to wrap it up for this edition of the NBA Gambling Podcast. Terrell, anything else, my man, before we get out of here?
No, I'm good. Let it ride.
Yes, it should be a good, fun night of NBA hoops. A lot of fun matchups here, but more importantly, hopefully we do cash some tickets here tonight as well. Be back tomorrow, same place, same time. Just join us then for the Thursday card. You can follow Terrell over on Instagram and on the Twitter machine at reallyrail__. Follow me there as well at SportsNerd824. Make sure you guys are also subscribed to the NBA Gambling Podcast YouTube channel. You can follow us on Twitter as well. At NBA SGPN. All right, we'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Till then, good luck with your bets, and always remember to let it ride.
Basketball, give me the ball because I'm gonna